Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the AI Mindset. And I am Corey Scott, and I'm here to kind of walk you through this journey of learning how to be more human in the age of AI. But I want to start today by talking about something that I think we make harder than it has to be. There's a difference between using AI to extend what you can do and asking AI to replace what you should do. I might have an idea, an image, or something I could see in my head, but I can't put into words. And if I bring that to AI, then I'm using a tool to help me shape it, to, to challenge it, to expand it, or just express it in a way I couldn't reach on my own. And maybe I found an image in my imagination, and AI can help me turn that into something beautiful that didn't exist before. But the difference here is that I brought something to the process. I brought imagination, experience, judgment. I made the decisions. I decided what stayed, I decided what went. And that's very different than typing something like, "Chat, write me a story about X, Y, and Z," or "write me a paper about the French Revolution," or "summarize this best-selling book for me." I mean, AI can absolutely do those things, and obviously can do it very quickly, but they're not the same activity. In one case, I'm bringing something to the table and using AI to help me make it better or take it further. In other cases, I may be asking AI to bring the table and the chairs and also the dinner and possibly eat the dinner for me. So you can see that there's a huge difference there, and that distinction matters. The question should not simply be, was AI used? The better question is, what did the human bring that wouldn't have been there otherwise? Because when a human really participates in the work, they leave fingerprints. You can see the judgment that they used. You can see the choices they made, the connections that were made, the knowledge that was brought to the process. And you can see that there's a human point of view. There's something new there. And most importantly, you can ask the person about it. Why did you make this argument? Or why did you use this example? What does this mean? Is there anything about this that you would change? Or explain it to me another way so I can understand where you're coming from. And there's so many things we could ask. If they typed, "write me a paper about the French Revolution," and copied it and turned it in, you could ask them as many questions as you want, but everything's going to fall apart pretty quickly, right? You can hand me a beautiful paper, perfectly formatted, beautiful language used, not a comma out of place, right? But if I ask you one question and you look at me like I just switched to speaking Klingon, then I know there's been a problem here. We've discovered something very important. The page might be polished, the person may not understand what they wrote or what they turned in. And what good is that? You can tell there's a whole difference between what somebody asks AI to do and what somebody grows along with AI as they do it. When somebody creates something that didn't exist before with the help of AI, that's still them. That's still their creative process. That's still them using a tool to do something. I don't know when we're going to be able to see this or understand this, but I hope it's soon. I can't wait to see what we can do as humans, what problems we can solve. But we keep asking software to tell us whether AI was involved in this work. We keep turning to AI to tell us these things, which I think is just really weird and ironic. And when we need to know whether the human did the thinking, there's only one detector that I trust for that, and that's you. That's the professor or the manager, the editor, the colleague, whatever it is. If it's real work, you'll know the difference. And if you don't, if you have questions, ask them the questions. Push on the reasoning, ask them why. There's so many things you could do to get to the bottom of who did the work. Ask them, if nothing else, ask them to defend it, challenge their work. And you'll know really quickly. Trust me, I do this all the time. I teach. You'll know really quickly if AI did the work or if AI helped the student grow with the work and become more. It's such a beautiful tool and a wonderful tool. Yes, it's misused, but imagine what we can do once we embrace it. And I think that brings us to what I want to talk about today. Well, it took a long time to get around here, but there's this sense of shame around using AI. It's becoming like a culture of shame, and that's becoming the real problem here. Because shame doesn't stop people from using AI, it just simply teaches them to hide it. And so students are hiding it, faculty are hiding it, employees are hiding it, organizations are pretending it's not happening, and you could write all the policies you want. You can say, make all the claims you want. Nobody here uses AI, all of that. Well, congratulations, because you've just created a building full of liars, or maybe just a building full of people using AI, but they're doing it quietly now. And that's not governance. That's hide and seek with a subscription fee. When people are afraid to tell us how they're using the tool, we lose the opportunity to teach them how to use it responsibly. We can't examine the process. We can't improve it. We cannot hold people accountable for something that everyone is pretending not to be using. And that's why shame does not create ethical AI use, obviously. It creates invisible AI use. And there's another problem. The shame does not fall equally on everyone. A professor has more power than a student has. A manager has more power than an employee has. Anybody who oversees somebody has more power than them, obviously. And so imagine two people use AI in almost exactly the same way. One says, yes, I used AI. Here's exactly how I did it. And another says nothing. Who suddenly looks suspicious? It's the honest one, right? And that's so backwards. We have created a system where sometimes the person who tells us the truth about their process or what they do looks less credible than a person who simply keeps quiet. And we accept this. We actually reward it. And that's just terrible incentive. So what replaces shame? It's not blind acceptance. It's not anything goes either. I think it's accountability. Shame asks, did you use AI? Accountability asks, what did you do with it? Did you challenge it? Did you verify it? Did you reject the bad answers? Did you contribute with your own knowledge? Did you use judgment? Did you even understand the results? Can you defend those results? And if that's the standard, actually that is the standard. Let's use that as the standard. That also changes how we talk about disclosure, how we feel about disclosure. Stop talking like we got caught leaving a motel. I only use it for grammar. I just used it to get a few ideas. It doesn't mean anything to me. Say, yes, I used AI, and here's how I did it. And here's what I'm able to contribute because I was able to use this tool. That's not a confession. That's an explanation. And if a chef tells you they used an oven, nobody ever jumps up and says, so you didn't cook the meal? That's as silly as it really is. And hopefully we get there quickly. Hopefully we get there and we can see the truth of this. But AI really should be no different than that oven. Disclosure is not confession. And maybe that gives us the better question for this whole conversation. Not did AI make this, but did the human use AI well? That should be the new question. We should be grading on how well they're able to use this, how well they're able to bring something in the world that didn't exist, how well they're able to find problems that need solutions, and they're able to find those solutions with the help of the tool. And what they brought to the table, what they created, exists now, and it wouldn't have existed before they did that. That's the process. That's the beautiful thing that can come from it. It's a much harder standard than simply just detecting AI, but it's also a much better standard. So remember, ask not what artificial intelligence can do for you. Ask what you can give the world with the help of artificial intelligence. I'm Dr. Corey Scott, and thank you for joining me for this conversation. Stay curious, do the work, and never stop becoming more than you were before. I'll see you guys next time.